Since the late 1700s, the Oak Island crew, geologist Terry Matt and historian Charles Baruch, have been exploring the island for treasure. Treasure seekers and history buffs have long frequented the Money Pit, a deep pit thought to hold pirate loot, but the crew just found something more darker than they had anticipated. The story of Oak Island began in the late 1800s, when a strange dip in the ground led to the excavation of the deep pit. The team's recent discovery has raised new questions and rumors, with some people thinking they may have discovered something more dangerous than treasure. A small piece of gold was found, hinting at more hidden secrets. The dark secrets beneath the Money Pit are darker than expected. The team is currently advancing each discovery by fusing science and human hands. One of the most remarkable discoveries made during the excavation of the island's long-kept secrets was a gold-plated brooch from the 14th century, which generated discussions on its relationship to the island's legendary treasures or its former inhabitants. A tunnel 95 feet below the surface was discovered in 3 separate places, indicating that it might be the route to the long-lost wealth, and DNA tests showed that people from other places had somehow found their way to Oak Island. Fans are shocked and left wondering when the team abruptly stops working on the Curse of Oak Island, which is a unique adventure that combines history, archaeology, and treasure hunting experts. Historians join in to discuss what might be hidden on the island, adding to the excitement of the story. Some speculate that they may have encountered environmental or safety issues. Some people think they've discovered something hazardous or valuable, but the most thrilling, the wood sample from Boro DN 111.5 contains gold traces, which may indicate a greater quantity of gold nearby. However, the lack of specific information allows for crazy speculations like supernatural forces or government action. As Marty Lagina and his team continue their exploration, they encounter difficulties entering the recently discovered cave in the hopes of finding answers. They dig deeper beneath the ancient cave of Oak Island in search of hidden treasures, finding underground passageways and rooms that may hold secrets that have been buried for centuries. Recently, they received sonar data from the Money Pit that revealed mysterious structures 150 feet below the ground hidden inside Aladdin's cave. This discovery raises questions about the previous use of Oak Island as a place to hide treasures. In order to document the moment when they finally solve the mysteries of Oak Island, they also choose to record their exploration. While digging at the Money Pit, an enigmatic location on Oak Island, Rick Lagena and Craig Tester found a subterranean tunnel that was roughly 65 feet deep, indicating a sizable artificial room constructed beneath the island. Excitement was raised by this discovery, since it might lead to the finding of further hidden caverns and the treasures they had been looking for. However, they encountered a significant issue with flooding, which might have prevented them from carrying out their investigation to unravel the mystery the team brought in underwater. In order to determine whether humans had previously explored the deep cave and whether there were any hidden routes that might lead them farther into the earth, the team enlisted imaging specialist Blaine Carr to assist them. They also received an exciting report from Aiden Technologies that revealed numerous possible treasure targets. The team concentrated on Aladdin's cave, a recently found location that provided intriguing new clues. They explored the cave using a high-definition camera, which was crucial in figuring out whether humans had previously been inside it, created thorough scans of Aladdin's cave using sonar equipment, which could aid in their comprehension of its layout and possible historical applications. The team used a sonar device called the Echologger D710 to create a 3D map of the underwater spaces required to explore Oak Island's hidden treasures after discovering evidence of man-made structures inside Aladdin's cave. This allowed them to fully assess the cave's size and potential hidden tunnels leading to other parts of the island. After the sonar scan, they discovered a man-made entrance going into a cave that appeared to have formed naturally. This knowledge gave them a better idea of how everything was related and might help them locate potential routes connecting to other hidden sections of the island. They were energized by this discovery and believed they were approaching a significant discovery. On Oak Island, an isolated island, Rick, Marty, and the team are looking for a treasure when they come across an old river raft. The iron spike, which may have had a variety of functions prior to the 1840s, corresponds with artifacts gathered by Frank White, an ardent admirer of Oak Island's past. A blacksmith specialist named Carmen Legg determines that the item is a 4-inch long wedge with a ring surrounding it. Carmen speculates that this wedge was most likely utilized on the island for woodworking or construction, either keeping logs together or secretly curing building components. The team is eager to investigate the depths of the tunnel until they discover an unanticipated water leak from the tunnel's soil. Roger suggests drilling about 9 huge holes in the impacted wall and filling them with urethane in order to stop the water. This technique plugs and solidifies the leaks, advancing the group into the tunnel that goes straight beneath the garden shaft and toward what they refer to as the baby blob. A crucial meeting involving hydrogeologist Dr. Fred Michael, chemist Dr. Mark Lukeman, and geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner is held in the war room. According to Dr. Spooner, Baroli L16 leads to Aladdin's Cave, a sizable cavern that is rich in organic materials and gold. To get to the center of Aladdin's grotto, the crew intends to create a fresh borehole. Rick and Gar, brothers, set out on a search for ancient coins on Oak Island. They discover a metal detector that produces a strong signal close to the surface, indicating that they have located an antique coin where they had been looking. The coins appear to have been made by hand because they resemble an old Roman coin that was found nearby. Marty, Rick's brother, joins the hunt, and the two of them take their findings to the Interpretative Center, where Lily and Emma evaluate the computed tomography and X-ray fluorescence. To examine the coins, Connecticut scans are utilized. Since the first coin is primarily made of copper with a small amount of silver, copper, silicone, lead, and tin, it may have been mined before modern coin-making techniques were developed. The second coin, which was found to have an intricate pattern of a female figure in its center, similar to Roman coins, was made of these materials. The final coin has a distinctive pattern that looks like a fine chain link, which is proof that it was made of brass. In just one episode, the crew finds a piece of iron that resembles a map in Lot 5, continuing their journey. Another coin was discovered, increasing the total number of coins to 4 Tony digs into Onar evidence that indicates human actions, and a piece of lumber that is well-shaped and supports the features of the map is discovered amongst his efforts. The actions of the team raise concerns regarding the activities that have occurred in the past on the island and with the Knights Templar, an area of Oak Island that is well known for its history, and buildings was found to have a land that was uncovered by a group of researchers in close proximity to a huge boulder. They found a rusty iron nail embedded in wood, white, and blue pottery, and a clay pipe stem, all of which pointed to the possibility of a historical dumping position. It was revealed that there was a narrative that had been buried in the marsh when fragments of antique glass bottles emerged from the muck. A metal detector produced a strong signal of the presence of metal, which led to the discovery of an item in the form of a disc with a hole in the middle that resembled an old Chinese currency. The crew is currently waiting for the Interpretative Center to release the study's findings, which will provide more clues regarding the discovery and an insight into the lives of Oak Island's early residents. It is possible that the area was a historical trade center that was inspired by either a shipwreck or the actions of the indigenous people who lived there. A large piece of pottery was discovered buried in the wet earth, indicating that it was most likely a significant cooking vessel that was used in the late 1700s. The group hypothesized that this item may have been concealed by someone, possibly a treasure hunter, or that it might have been possessed by the first people to arrive on the island.